Manawa ka pautaiaki, teina noho tō manawa, he manawa ora, he ora. Haumi e hui e tae ki e te awa nui ngā tae wā, nau mai hara mai. Whakatau mai ki te rohe o te raki pai whenua, ko rangi tōtō te maunga, ko waimata tā, te moana, ko o te hā te awa, ko mā uu ki te rangi, te waka, ko Ngāti Whātua o Rākei, te iwi, ko Ngāti Pāo, te manawa whenua. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Ko Bevan Martini a hau. Māua ki a Chopper, a.k.a. Tēnā koe Chopper.
Kia ora, Bevan, and thank you for that fantastic mihi. Kia ora koutou katoa, no mai hara mai. Thank you, welcome and to here to this great game of Poiuka. It is the 2024 NFC National Fast Pitch Championship, brought to you by Softball New Zealand, hosted right here at North Harbour Softball's Pure Athletics Sports Stadium. Southern Pride taking on Canterbury, battle of big sister and little sister here on day one of competition. The 3 p.m. fixture here, where these two have seen each other a lot of times over the years, and game 16 on day one will be nothing different. Southern Pride taking the field here in the bottom of the first innings. No score in the match so far. Let's have a look at their defensive alignment forward. You'll be Ruby Ball and Fraser at left field, Erin Jacobson at centre, Paige Carr should be starting at right field. Third base for the girls from Southern Pride is Gina Poulton. Starting shortstop today is Heaven Sampson Loffley. At second base is Keisha Togo. First base today is Tia Price, the left-handed specialist. This one's hard hit, going to right field, tracking to make the catch. Beautifully done by the right fielder, Paige Carr, finishing off that infield. Doing the catching today is Emma Francis, pick up out of Wellington, and on the hill is Tarina Anderson Ramsey. That's them defensively. Offensively for Canterbury, Alyssa Laurie leads off to Wedehiko in the 2 spot. McIntyre's moved up to 3 in this game. Lindsay Thomas, the catcher's hitting clean-up. Kaiaratu back to 5 in the order. Manaya Manaki's hitting 6. Jorgensen at 7. Anfield at 8. Caitlin Henderson will round out the batting order for the girls from the 03 Canterbury. Well, there you go. There's both lineups for you. One away here, bottom of the first innings. And as you just heard of our fantastic mihi here, we have Black Sox, former Black Sox, current Softball New Zealand High Performance Manager is Bevan Martini joining us through the match here. Bevan, Canterbury, Southern Pride, always a storied history.
Ai, tika Chopper, ai. Ko te waitaha, ki te pakanga o te mana o te waipaunamu, you know, the battle of the waka, of te eka a Maui. So great to see And great to see Southern Pride here. You know, it's outstanding to see them come back into the fold and be a part of the Nationals and extending the rohe of players coming into it. And it's great to see for them to have the opportunity to go up against some of these elite athletes that we do have in our country.
Providing the pathway. Next pitch is just a little high, and Wirihiko will head on down to first base. One away here, bottom of the first innings. Of course, really important to provide pathway for all athletes, male or female. And you did right. I mean, a lot of talk has been around the last couple of years how Otago softball is really blossoming at the moment and starting to burst at the seams.
And it's great to see too, you know, and without them, as we all know, and you look at our top teams across the board, without those smaller associations contributing to our national game, we struggle to have those athletes, because they're the ones that, when they come through the grades, they're the ones that end up being on the hill. There's no one else. You know, we've been through a chopper through our age groups, that you have that one pitcher and there's the 9 players or 10 players, and you play the whole tournament. And that, you know, that builds resilience, shows a bit of grit. You get your beat up and you have to come back and be a part of it. And the experience that Southern Pride's going to get from this, they're going to take it back to their own associations, the likes of Southland, the likes of Otago, you know, back to Marlborough, back to Nelson, to be able to contribute and make them stronger as well. It's great to see.
Oh, well, as we know, also Southland just built a brand new couple of diamonds and facility down there in Invercargill. Nelson was fantastic to see them participate at the under-17 boys national tournament in Christchurch this past summer period. So, yeah, really good things happening in the South Island. Fantastic to have Southern Pride back in the mix. McIntyre continues her at-bat. Hard-hit ball from McIntyre. And ranging over to make a fine catch is the centre fielder, Aaron Jacobson.
Ai, tika te hopu o te poro, but te tākaro o te wahine mā o te haumia tiki o te tāwhari mātea chopper. You know, that extra player out there is the tāwhari mātea as the wind's blowing straight back into home plate, which is helping them out today.
It is indeed. Slight breeze coming in from centre field, so got to get on it just a little. Lindsay Thomas now. Inside out swing. Will go foul down the right field line. Carly Wirihiko, assistant coach for Canterbury, with Stephen Ratu. Obviously a good friend of yours from your time in the black jersey, Bevan.
And it's great to see, you know, the change in going across. Obviously his daughter's playing, but, you know, to be able to leave the men's game and to go across and use that experience that he's gained in the black jersey and also through his time in Wellington and Canterbury to then pass on to Wahine Mā to excel and to expand the game there, which is great to see.
John Hickman, as you can hear on the umpire mic, coming into you for you in this match behind the dish, one of North Harbour's finest. 2 strikes to count here. Up top, pick off back to 1. In time though.
Right, kapai. Kia tau. Telling those runners to just settle down. Even though you're playing us, we're still going to have a crack at you, which is great to see.
Emma Francis out of the Wellington. She is very experienced behind the dish, playing for Southern Pride this year. This one fouls back. Real gamer. Emma Francis, I think from the Johnsonville club, has been the most of her career. Not sure if she's still there now.
Oh,
yeah, but a fine play. Every time I've seen her play, very gritty and always tends to show up in the big moments. Hard hit ball down the line. And Thomas tough out here, quality at bat. As Anderson Ramsey, the starting pitcher here for Southern Pride, continues to work on the hill. This one pops up, going for the line, and it's inside the line. Canterbury will score one here. Thomas might have a chance. She rounds 3, stop signs up though. And Canterbury opening their scoring here with 1 run at the bottom of the first innings.
Nei, he tino pai te oma ki Waitaha, ko tai mai nei, ko tahi, ko te kai rākau e nai nei, ko te kai a rātu.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about her before. Daughter of the head coach, Stephen Ratu.
Yeah, and an outstanding attitude with Kai. I've had a little bit of time with her while I was down in Canterbury at the start of this year, Chopper, and just to sit down and her aspirations on what she wants to do. Very academic young lady, wanting to do the best in both fields and trying to get a balance out of that, and to see her come and perform here. Obviously, she's one of our key players that's going to head away to Sao Paulo.
Hard hit ball, 1 bounce, trickling to the fence here. They will play. Ratu is a threat. Coming around 3 here. Shortstop's got the ball though, and we'll have the stop sign. But just like that, in a blink of an eye, Canterbury double their score.
Yeah, and obviously all she's doing is just driving the ball into the wind, keeping it low, and just with her speed. As I was saying, she's off to Sao Paulo with our junior White Sox, and she's a very key player in that for us going to the next stage. So it's great to see.
It's a ground ball up the middle. And over in time. Will complete the first innings, but it's not before Thomas and Ratu put a stamp on this game and get themselves in lead 2-0. How's that for me? Second innings here at Southern Pride Canterbury on day 1 of competition at the 2024 NFC. Great to have you along front. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Bevan Martini joining us in the booth through this one. 2-0 Canterbury lead here on the top of the second innings. Southern Pride though, they will send up their catcher Emma Francis, centre fielder Erin Jacobson, and designated player Candice Robinson. 1, 2 and 3. This one on the outside edge is good. Bevan, this pitcher, Stephanie Faircoff, just admiring her technique. And the low lifter just missing outside in the warm-up to this innings. Boy, it looks quite violent, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. She's obviously the effort that she's putting in. She's getting in and it's making her head whip back a bit, in regards to it. Obviously she's been doing it for a number of years, so her body and it's all used to it. But it doesn't matter what it looks like, Chopper, as long as it goes down there and it beats the bat. That's all that counts. That's all that matters.
Fair enough indeed. And as that one is pulled foul off the bat of Francis. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here.
apa.
Francis in front of that one again. And that'll just pump a bit of time with that foul ball for the catcher, Thomas, to come out and have a little chat here on strategy. What are the type of things, Bevan, former catcher, what are the type of things you would take an opportunity, 2 hard-hit foul balls to maybe talk to your pitcher about?
All it is it's just giving them it's okay, because it becomes a strike. If with a hitter of this calibre, you're just trying to get ahead of the hitters, and if that's them hitting a foul ball because it gets you ahead and it puts them in a different mindset, then that's what you do. You go inside, get them to pull the ball, hit a foul ball, then it makes it easier on your other side of it to open the other side of the plate up.
Full count here to Francis. Change of pace and gets her on the front foot, but enough on the bat to stay out of trouble does Francis. So quality at bat here from the Southern Pride catcher. Tries the low lifter on the outside edge, just a little low this time.
Yeah, and he quite. And I just want to touch on, we spoke about Stephen Ratu and Wiri Hoko for they're coaches for thing. You look at the Southern Pride, we've got Philip Ormsby, obviously Philippa Ward, stalwart of Wellington softball with her dad Colin, but also we've got the he wahine toa out there, Jackie Smith, coming in and giving back and sharing her experience of it, to see her out there on the diamond. She's probably getting itchy feet, Chopper. She's probably going, give me the glove, I'm ready to come back.
Let me at him.
To have the rangatira come back and share that knowledge and support them is golden. That's good.
Oh, nice play. Turn around to get the lead runner here defensively from Canterbury. And I couldn't agree more. Jackie Smith, of course, WBSC Softball New Zealand Hall of Famer and legends in the North Harbour Sports Hall as well. Fantastic to have him. She'll be coming into commentary this week as well, if I remember correctly. I can't remember if it was today or tomorrow. It might be tomorrow, because I know she had quite a few games today that she'll be making an appearance whilst assistant coaching Southern Pride. How cool. Jacobson down at first base. Designated player now, Candace Robinson.
Tēnā tata te epa. She probably just needs to bring that pitch just a little bit on the inside. It's probably a good pitch to have when you're ahead of the count, and that's that 50-50 ball. But at this stage, she probably just needs to come in a bit, just run it down that line.
And that one's more down the line, also offered at by Robinson. 2-1 the count here. Hitters count now for Robinson. Opportunity to put Southern Pride on the board here in the top of the second. And the pitch is perfect though from Faircoff, right at the top of the zone. Bevan, earlier on in the match here, there's a starting battery of Lindsay behind the dish and good pitch. Faircoff on the mound. What are they looking to achieve?
They're just trying to get in a rhythm. Obviously, early in the tournament, you're trying to build that relationship that you're both on the same page, trying to get things to work in your favour. Just like then, she come back with that low rise on the outside part of the corner. She's brought it in. She's got that control. And that's what you want leading into the tournament. And, these are the games that you work on, those game plans when you play the Southern Pride. Taking nothing away from Southern Pride, but when you're Waitaha and you're working towards to go and win that championship, you've got to put in the harder work earlier on.
Pick off attempt down to one. Safely back. Well, they're definitely putting the work in. We saw Mackenzie Bailey McDowd and Brittany Terry pitch in the earlier match for Canterbury today against Hawke's Bay. Now Stephanie Faircoff getting her opportunity in this one.
And it just shows the depth that they do have, you know, to have the calibre of those 3 pitchers to come out and pitch for your team, you know, as a fielding team, and the athletes that they do have behind them, it makes it so much easier.
I think they even got one more on the roster, Cherie Inwood, so done some good work in the battery department, that's for sure.
And, you know, as a player, you know, they've come along and they've got 16 players or 15 players, and 4 of them are pitchers. You know that you're playing in the field, you're going to be having plenty of at-bats, you're playing plenty of games, you know, and that just builds confidence as the tournament goes on.
Pitch just misses down below to second basewoman Keisha Togo here. And 2 strikeouts in a row to bookend the top of the second innings, and it is the pitcher Fairclough that now seems to have it under control. Back soon.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
To be the best, fight for what's never been done. Push past the pain. Reach beyond. The pain you feel today will be the strength you feel tomorrow. Someone has to be the best. Why not you?
Bottom of the second innings here, and Canterbury will send up to bat Stella Jorgensen, Marissa Elfield and Caitlin Henderson. 1, 2, 3 here with a 2-run lead over their southern counterparts, Southern Pride. And a swing and a miss as we see Tarina Anderson Ramsey continue to work on the hill here for Southern Pride. We talked a little bit about what the battery team from Canterbury are looking to achieve earlier on in the match. Let's have a little talk about Southern Pride here, Bevan. What's going to be some of the key components they're going to have to execute this match to get the victory?
So obviously for them, they know that the Waitaha are going to come out and hit the ball, you know. So for the Tarina, she needs to be throwing strikes, and good quality strikes, you know, that are hitting the corners, keeping the ball up and down, not just throwing it through the heart of the plate. But also their fielding team knows that the ball's going to get hit to them. She's not going to strike people out. They know that the ball's going to, so they're ready every pitch that the ball's coming to me to be ready to field. So.
Being ready, being prepared, key attributes. This one just goes up top.
And if they do that, you know, and they get some runners on and score a run, gives them a bit of life, you know. But you know, they'll be looking at coming out here, getting that first out is vital for them, but also trying to keep them off the base path, you know. And when we're walking batters, you know, our fielders can't help them out behind the dish. So the important thing for Tarina, she's got to come in and throw strikes.
Down to first base goes Jorgensen.
And up to bat the left fielder, number 15, Marissa Alfield.
Marissa Alfield now left fielder for Canterbury. Infield creeping into the corners.
No, kapai. Tika te epa.
Straight back into it. Dead right, Bevan. Foul ball just as you hear umpire Hickman going down the tram line. Well, day one of competition got underway early at 9 o'clock this morning, and it was Southern Pride taking on Auckland. Auckland with a big margin of that one, 10 runs. They finished that early to 0. And then Counties Monaco took on the Junior White Sox, a 9-6 victory. In the 11 o'clock matchups, we saw Canterbury taking on Hawke's Bay. Canterbury getting the win, just 3 runs to 1. 14-0 Hutt Valley over Southern Pride. So this is the third match of the day for Southern Pride. Already, yes it is, because it's this 3 o'clock round. Hutt Valley got a good victory today, as we mentioned. Auckland march over the Junior White Sox 14-4. As that one goes off the glove of the right fielder. As you mentioned, got to execute those little things to add up to the big thing at the end of the game.
No, tika, you know, tere te pō ki runga I te rangi, you know, the pitch has done her job, you know, as we spoke about, and it's up to the fielding team, you know, the fielders to make sure they make those outs, you know, basic fundamentals come into it, which continues to build pressure, as we can see here, which doesn't help, you know, te rina.
Bunters down and not happy with the coverage at first base. Elect not to throw the ball, so it's a bases loaded situation now with no outs.
None outs. And we're at the top of the lineup, number 5, centre fielder Alyssa.
E tino pai te aha kohe eti e Pounamu, even though it is a small hit, it's going to be very precious here when you've got the top of the order coming up and it's loaded bases. And you know, these are the situations that your top of the order love to do, you know, seeing base runners on there and driving it in. So Elisa Laurie coming up here. Oh.
Tag play, could be a double.
Oh,
Game is still live. Score 1, they'll score 2, does Canterbury.
He tino pai te oma a Caitlin. You know, she was tagged up on first there with their play, and she took off and she scored from that overthrow to first base and come in, and it's helped it out. So one error's cost them. She made a great play, the third baseman, taking the runner, but, you know, it's cost them 2 runs right there.
Hoping for a double play. Quick tag and throw to 1. The throw to 1 just leaked away a little, as the scoreline is now 4 runs to 0. Kala Wiri hiko.
He wahine toa anō, Chopper.
Ai.
He tino pai te kemu a Poiuka me te Futuporo, te Waitaha.
Running bunt, and
Tino
she was scared. Wiri Hiko's poetry in motion, realises the defence may be slightly out of position, takes advantage, plates the 5th run here for Canterbury.
Ai, e tino pai a Chopper. You know, there's experience there coming up, and obviously having the coach of Stephen with his knowledge, you know, just put the ball in play, and she did the right thing. You know, you had a runner on third, that's the way you want to hit the ball. You want to hit the ball to the opposite field, so it gives the time for the runner to score, but also, you know, with her just putting in the play, everyone's moving towards first base because thinking it's going down, and it just rolls through that gap.
Perfectly done.
Yeah, rawe.
Donny Howell in the house, New Zealand White Sox coach, watching on.
Yeah, and exciting times for him. You know, like they're heading off to Canada Cup. They're making in his hair selection as squad for that, because next year they've got continental qualifiers to go for their World Cup. So because everything's changed now with the Olympics, with a woman in LA 28. You know, there's the softball's back in the Olympics.
Big hit here. Safely underneath it, the centre fielder for Southern Pride. We'll tuck away the first out here. Apologies, second out here. That's a big thing you just touched on, softball back in the Olympics. Not just in New Zealand, but internationally. That's a huge thing for the game of softball.
Oh, it is. And it's great to see. You know, we were probably looking back at Athens. You know, obviously our White Sox team went to Sydney in 2000 with Mike Walsh in the helm, and he's in the house here today, turned up and drove up to watch.
Oh, lovely.
So, you know, when you have a situation like that and you've got opportunity, it's exciting for our young wahine to see an aspiration. I can go to the Olympics with the sport that I love and I play, you know, and all we've got to do is we've just got to continue to work hard, produce out on the diamond when we cross the lines to give ourselves a shot of making the top 8 in the world. You know, nothing's impossible, you know.
Nothing is impossible, and opportunities, Olympic dreams can be realised. Fantastic time to be in the sport of softball, that's for sure. Lindsay Thomas now, prime example of that. American playing in New Zealand, the other side of the world. An opportunity to play this great game.
And it's maybe an opportunity there for some athletes that are, you know, obviously international teams can only pick 16 players to go, and I think Olympics is only 15. So if you think you're in the fringe of things, no mahara mai ki te Aotearoa.
Aye. Come find you a handsome Māori gentleman. Settle on down.
But you know, it opens that door too,
yes.
Chopper. You know,
Yeah.
as long as you're a New Zealand citizen or you have a passport and you play, you've got an opportunity. You know, whether you're in college playing at the moment or whether you know, anything can happen. You know, and that's what's happened for our wahine mā with going into the Olympics. So you're looking at LA in 28 and you're looking at Brisbane in 32. You know, 32 is a realistic goal for
It sure is.
for us. But 28's there as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that it's not out of reach.
First step for that for the New Zealand White Sox, as you mentioned, July they'll head away to Canada, Vancouver for the Canada Cup. Looking forward to seeing them get offshore again. This one pops up off the inside of the bat. Tough play. And it'll go into foul territory. Looked like it was going towards second base in the end, outside of the first baseman's range.
And you talk about going to Canada Cup, they're going to play the top 8 women's, maybe the top 10 women's teams in the world, because the top 8 are using Canada Cup to go to their World Cup this year. So what more to blood some players to give them the opportunity to do it? You know, go up against the best to see where we're at.
If you're not going to get better by playing the best, you're never going to get better, that's for sure. Outstanding thought behind from Softball New Zealand. Pitches up, away, and hard-fought battle. Won this time with a walk for the catcher, Lindsay Thomas.
Up to bat, the second baseman, number 2, Kaya Ratu.
Now, Kaya Ratu up to bat here. I'll call time for the catcher. Courtesy runner will go out with 2 outs. I did ask you something about Kaya when she was up to bat last time, but she was too aggressive and got out of her bat too quickly. She's only tiny. Where does she get all this power from? We saw her fly out to centre field deep in her first at bat. No, she got a safe hit in the end. Where does she get her power from?
Generated from her legs, you know, and the motion that she does. You know, she's very aggressive at the plate, you know, and we probably haven't seen that.
Hard hit ball. There's some of that power we were just talking about. Foul down the foul ball line, though.
And we haven't seen that in our women's game for a long time. You know, when you look at the likes of Rhonda, you know, what you see here is what people don't understand. This is what Rhonda used to be like. Rhonda Hira, you know, our international Hall of Famer. you know, like aggressive at the plate. You know, you could put Kaya in a men's grade and wouldn't look out of place because she's so aggressive.
This one's hard deep as well. Camp, though, coming in with the wind. Texas leaguer in the end. And I think that Tawhiri Mātia, that breeze has just got up a bit. We've seen 2 balls fall different for the defensive players. 2 runs come in, 7-0 now.
And, you know, like Tarina's done an outstanding job, but once again, you know, the outfield just need to understand that they've got that extra person out there supporting them with Tawhiri Mātia, so they don't need to play that deep and back themselves to go back, play a bit shallow, that the ball's going to hold up like it has done there.
2 runs there, apologies, so 6-0. Manaia Makiri heading for the pitcher, Stephanie Fairclough is the designated player. So fouls back.
And look at that chopper, you know, you make that catch, that's 3 outs. You know, you side away, you know, and you're still in the hunt, you're still in the ball game. But yeah, going back to Kyra, as you see there, you know, she's an athlete that's going to put her mark on this game in our women's game, where we haven't had, like I said, you know, since Ronda. You know, now she's going to come through and she's just going to continue to say, this is the benchmark, you need to come up if you want to play with me.
Good head away.
For a 17, 18-year-old, 17-year-old girl. Sorry, young lady. But
Got a chance to spend a little time with young Miss Ratu with a rep break down in Christchurch. It was quite funny too. She ended up kind of hanging out with our household for a bit, and we had a North Harbour parents betting group on our kids' home runs, and she entered it. So you had to message your pick for the game, and of course, hard her ball. This one pops up. Oh, just couldn't get it in the end. Did everything right to get back there. Did the shortstop for Southern Pride, Samson Loughley, and then right at the last minute, that breeze just didn't allow it to come in the glove.
No, and there's once again, you know, understanding that, you know, that's not the first time that it's happened in this game. You know, make adjustments, move in, because there's not too many that's going over your head. Kia kaha. Te mano wai, te waiponamu. Regroup, just need 1 out. Go into bat.
Stella Jorgensen will be the 10th batter of the second innings here for Canterbury. A roller here, Loughley this time, doesn't muck around, shoots it over, enough's enough, she says. 7 runs to 0. It is Canterbury leading Southern Pride 3-2.
Jack Link's Jerky presents Hangry Moments.
Top of the third innings here, Southern Pride will scamper out of the dugout, see if they can't get themselves on the scoreboard. Trailing by 7 against Canterbury. With a good old average, she's never over till she's over. They'll send up Paige, Carr, Ruby, Ball and Fraser. And top of the order, Heavenly, Sampson, Loffley. 1, 2 and 3 here as Stephanie Faircoff violently starts us off. We're still getting used to her pitching style, Bevan.
Okay, tahi. You know, as I said before, Chopper, you know, as long as it's coming down and throwing strikes and got a bit of pace. You know, we've faced a number of pitches in our day that, you know, as they say, didn't look normal, but they still whizzed it through us.
They sure did. And whizzed it through. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Faircoff was sitting down on 3 straight pitches.
Hoki ki te pai.
Hoki ki te pai. Ruby, Ball and Fraser, left fielder now. Interesting story about Stephanie Faircoff, Bevan, if I'm correct. She was living in a small town called Matamata area in the Waikato. Doing her own thing with her family or something like that, and maybe dairy farming or something. And then someone a few years later said, hey, would you like to come play softball? And she's like, I used to play softball. And then, hello, not only did she used to play softball, as you can see, she was a very, very good one. So, uncovered little gem in the countryside is where Faircoff has come, in New Zealand anyway.
Well, you look at it, Chopper, you know, those Waikato, you know, he piko he taniwhai, piko ki taniwhai, you know, you look at what's come out of Waikato, you know, and Kevin Henderson and those types of, Kevin Hurley, I should say, you know. So coming out of Matamata, you know, good on her for finding her old glove, dusting off the cobwebs and getting back out there.
Brilliant indeed, great to have her in. Just got her residency for New Zealand. So she's an American native, but been living out here for a number of years, and so able to play full time. She actually commutes to Christchurch to play. Parklands Christchurch United, I think, is the club she plays for down there. So really puts the effort into her game. You can see she's reaping the benefits here. 2 away in the top of the 3rd innings. Top of the shop now, Heavenly, Sampson, Loffley.
And it's good to see, you know, it gives depth for our wahine ma. And the pitching stocks.
Sure does. Better pitching, better hitting. My mind goes together, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Pitches down low. Faircoff ready for her next delivery. And ready to receive it as well. She'll take them in order 1, 2, 3 here. Quick top of the 3rd innings. No change to the score. 7 runs to nil. Canterbury lead.
To be the best, fight for what's never been done. Push past the pain. Reach beyond. Pain you feel today will be the strength you feel tomorrow. Someone has to be the best. Why not you? To be the best?
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7-0 Canterbury leading here. Southern Pride will go to their bench and make a pitching change. And Auckland CN Masters will come out in replacement on the hill. See if she can try to slow down this Canterbury barrage of runs over the first couple of innings, Bevan.
Yeah, and I think all she has to do is come out once again, throw strikes, and keep this Canterbury team contained. Probably their goal is stay as long as possible on the diamond. Not get run rolled and get put out.
Only young, I believe, CN Masters. It'd be lucky if she's 18 years of age. So a huge opportunity here for her at the NFC. This will be her debut out of the Auckland United Softball Club.
And I think that's the opportunity that you get when Southern Pride and Central Vikings used to do.
Yes.
Used to give the opportunity for those younger athletes that wouldn't, be on the fringes of making these top teams in these top provinces, but it gives the opportunity for them to come and compete.
It does indeed. And if you play for someone like the Southern Pride, this one's skies high. And
Tēnō pai te hopu.
At the end of the day, as long as it's in the glove, that'll do. The other good thing too, I guess, Bevan, if you play for Southern Pride, they're going to look after you. Very hospitable, professional outfit.
And I remember back, I went in my first provincials I played for Southland. Got picked up for Southland when I was playing in the Hutt Valley. And, that alone to go down there and experience that, it was outstanding.
Caitlin Henderson now. Swings on the outside of that one.
E apa, o kairua, poitahi.
Just pops up foul out of territory.
Aroa mai.
NFC will be 4 days of competition, concluding with the 2 grand finals on Sunday. 11:30 for the ladies and 1:30 for the men. Of course, the 2 corresponding semi-finals will be played Saturday night at 5 p.m. and then 9 a.m. on Sunday. So lots of action to come here live from Pure Athletic Sports Stadium here at Rosedale Park's North Shore.
And the good thing about CN Masters is she's not as quick, and she's taken a lot off the speed off it, and it's sort of, getting these Waitaha fielders on the front foot. They're not used to it. They want the ball to come to them quicker, and it makes it difficult for them. And she's doing a great job.
Trying to fish outside. Two the count here against Henderson. Tempting. Just a little high.
Hoi toru, hoi kairua.
Indeed, full count now. And comes right back, does Masters, and takes care of business. 2 batters up, 2 outs. Pitching change working.
Ai, hoki kei te pai, he tino pai. CN Masters, and all she's doing is she's taking a whole lot off the ball, but she's throwing strikes, which is the key.
Alyssa Laurie's going to get a rest here. As you can hear from the home plate umpire, 5 out, 16 in. That is Raina Joseph will come in for Alyssa Laurie.
Number 16, Raina Joseph.
Poitahi. He tino kaha o ta tāwhiri mate. I'd just like to see those outfielders come in just probably 5 metres more. Because obviously the pace of the pitching, they're not going to get that power that's going to come off the bat. It's not going to help and generate power. So with them coming in a bit more will just help them out. Poirua, ko kaitahi, ko puta e rua.
See, 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 away. So it's down low levels, the count now. Well, I want to thank you all for joining into our broadcast today. It's our complete privilege to bring it in on behalf of Ballpark Broadcasting and our friends Atiawa Toa FM. This one will pop up foul out of the way. It's been great to bring the standard of the streaming to a higher level now, and we've added a few new features this tournament, multiple camera replays and high speed cameras catching super slow-mo and a good pitch. Gee. Wow. CN Masters comes off the bench, replaces the pitcher from a hot-hitting Canterbury, sits them down in order, including 2 strikeouts. Things changing. We'll find out when we come back.
Jack Link's Jerky presents Hangry Moments.
What's your kitty's name?
It's a puma. Thank you.
Jack Link's Jerky, the protein-packed way to feed your wild side.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here as we continue to work hard as we move our way through the game. A pitching change for Southern Pride. Now a pitching change for Canterbury on the hill here. Stephanie Faircoff has gone through 2 innings unscathed. And with a 3 innings she'd pitched. 7-0 lead. They will hand it over to Cherie Inwood, who takes over. For those keeping score at home, Melissa Laurie re-entered the ballgame, so she is back at centre field. And taking care of business at first base is McIntyre.
Played by first baseman McIntyre to get the first out. And into the third baseman, number 9, Gina Poulton.
Cherry's come in and she's doing an outstanding job too, coming in throwing strikes. Even though the ball's getting hot, she's keeping those base runners still going up, making that play.
Gina Poulton now. tends to be aggressive with the strikes and inward. There's a little something off that one.
Little curveball or something. But once again, having the control, keeping it around that strike zone, not over the heart of the plate. Really good.
This one pops up. And that was well played in the end by the right fielder for Canterbury. That wind back. Stella Jorgensen came through, still made the catch. Emma Francis now. She watches one spin backwards into the catcher's glove for first strike. Aye, very good, the pitcher. Pitch on the inside edge, puts Francis on the back foot. Frisbee outside. Francis, very experienced campaigner.
And she's just working it for Cherry to helping her out. You know, she doesn't have to come in there all the time. You know, you come in when you need to, and then just make it better to help you out here.
There's that little curve low lifter action. That'll take care of business here for the third outs and take care of business in the top of the fourth innings. We'll be back with more action here live. At the bottom of the fourth, it is Canterbury leading 7 runs to 0.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We get underway here in the bottom of the fourth innings. Canterbury with a 8-0 lead here. Fantastic young athlete. She's another one of those kids that just got good real early.
Yeah. Obviously, softball G.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in through, all playing in the men's grade there, field, and doing an outstanding job.
So if I'm correct here, it is Bailey McDowd pinch hitting here for Werehiko, a shortstop. Change of pace. Sian Masters continues to work here. Successful in their first endeavour.
And Mackenzie's one of those ones heading across to Sao Paulo as well. Those two in tandem together will be leading that team going across the...
Big part of that junior White Sox side, big part of the battery. Kaya at that age group, normally one of the starting catchers, probably will be for that team.
Yeah, especially pitching for Mackenzie pitching.
Ball down low.
Hey, Bailey McDowell draws a walk.
Down to first base goes Bailey McDowell.
He's not willing to leave her out there, even though she can run. But,
And up to bat the first baseman, number
get a
24.
bigger future for this
Lucy.
later on. So
McIntyre.
pointless in her staying out there to run and get hurt, and that's her done. Great job with the Steve Rogers.
Back out to run is Willie Hiko. Lucy McIntyre now. Watches that pitch come through as a helicopter flyby. Sopa New Zealand's got it all going on. Nice pick up at third base. The throw is picked like a genius. I tell you what, Tia Price at first base. Zip up your pants pockets, otherwise she's going to whip your wallet out in a heartbeat. What a pick.
They all proved and to recognise that she still didn't have
And up to bat the catcher, number 19, Lindsay Thomas.
One way here. Some good defensive play by Southern Pride. Lindsay Thomas.
Trying to get this run in the end, he'll be after getting this finished as quick as possible to give his players the best.
Hard hit ball by Thomas. Willie Hooker will score with ease. Thomas will hold up at second. And that moves the scoreline out to 9.
Centre right. Safe there for a second, not before another run comes across the plate.
First run Masters has given up.
One runs right here. Chopper, obviously with this runner coming in and Ratu can drive this run in, it's all over. It's done and dusted. 10 runs, run rules. And that's what the coach will be after.
Bottom of the fourth innings here. And first pitch will go back to the fence. There's one away here. They got 2 shots at it. Oh, and down to first base she'll go. So that'll hand it over the opportunity to Manaia Makiti. 2 runners on here. 1 run needed to terminate this game early. First pitch right down the edge, perfectly in the zone. Little change of pace, just stuck in the hand a little bit there. Masters now. I like that little curve pitch of hers. That one fouls out. Yeah. Sure is indeed. 1-2 the count now. Of course, if Masters can get the out here without surrendering another run, means we'll be able to go to the top of the fifth, and Southern Pride will have a chance to try and score some runs. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was good. Of course, lovely to have great people at the ballpark, Bevan. Of course, Amy Russell, Mrs. Metro, basically. Actually, just got married the other day, too. Didn't she? Congratulations. Oh, indeed. And yeah. Yeah, exactly. And this one pops up and catch is made. They won't run on it. So a chance for CN Masters to get him out of this jam here. And I so rightly put, just got past a little message. CN Masters, I thought she was playing for AU, but I believe that's her brother that's playing at Auckland United. Of course, she plays for the Metro Club, who are making big waves this year. Very good side. You won't get the club nationals. Metro will be in the top four. This one's inside. Jorgensen now. Both runners in scoring position. Only one of them needs to score with 2 outs here. I like that though. You can see young Sia Master. She's not afraid to just keep on coming inside. She's actually not afraid of these Canterbury hitters. Yeah. Oh. One ball and 2 strikes to count here. Masters trying to give them another innings. And the change of pace is good. And she gets the job done. Well done here. And that'll be the 3rd out. Girls, that's enough, CN. You've done enough. Nice change up to finish. Well, they'll need a couple of runs at least. Make it 3 when they come back, Southern Pride, to keep this game going. Back soon.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get underway here. And the top of the fifth innings, the Southern Pride are going to need a couple of runs, actually make that 3 to keep this game going. 7 runs after 5 would terminate it early. Canterbury just solely looking for 3 outs here to head for an early shower. Big couple of games for Southern Pride today. To be fair, they played the three of the top teams, Bevan, on day one. A big initiation for welcome back to the NFC for Southern Pride.
Oh, it took a welcome back. Here you go. Welcome back into the NFC. We're going to put you up against the 3 top teams in New Zealand. So, it's probably good that this is past them today. They can look at the next 3 days and go, okay, let's refocus and let's go at these other teams.
This one pops up. They lost it in the sun, but coming forward, can't get there in time. Looks like, Caitlin Henderson, of course, that's at third base. Couldn't quite snag that one. 2 strikes the count now. Sheree Inwood, second innings of relief work.
And we spoke about the last inning, that fly ball with a runner on 3 to centre field. Stephen could have obviously sent that runner in, but it's given this, given Cherry another innings, given her another innings out there. His team's having to go out there and get 3 outs. It's just a...
No swing down the edge there. You're dead right. It's about respecting the game, providing the right opportunities, and in this case, Sheree gets another innings to pitch at least, and Southern Pride get another few at-bats.
Yeah, that's right.
This one will foul back. Not saying the game is over.
No.
But
it's just giving them another opportunity to come in and at-bat, It's those little things of not sending that runner in, you're just giving them another lifeline. Everyone likes to hit, so, they get another at-bat.
This one will pop up and go foul down the line. Apologies, Of course, one more match to come here live from Pure Athletic Stadium on Freeman Field. And it is the local derby. Auckland taking on North Harbour. That one's scheduled for 5 o'clock, and we won't be far off that time. This one terminating a little early. It's 12 minutes to 5 now. And Phil single.
Gives them their first hit.
Heard lots of communication there. Not too sure if it was. They were hearing each other, though, on that play.
Yeah, it's a tough one for a catcher, as we know. You got all the gear on, and as soon as you look up, and that's where the third base and first base need to come in and overrule it.
So Jacobson will go down to first base. And if I'm correct, it's their first hit of the ball game.
No.
Jacobson breaks open the no-hitter. And I bring up Candice Robinson, Disney player here. 1-1 the count now on her. This one on the outside edge.
Koirua.
Umpire Hickman getting his back into that one. Wow. I think she's out, Bevan. I think she might be out. Keisha Togo now. To be fair, I actually like umpires getting into their thing and getting a bit animated on their call. I think it's great for the game.
Yeah, it is, and it keeps it alive, It's
except if I was batting, of course. They'd go, hey, calm down, buddy. Calm down a little.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Get those guys.
But definitely, when you got that blue behind you, and he's getting excited and the energy's there, it feeds off into you, which is good.
Mm-hmm. This one will pop up. Fouls onto the roof. We went up onto the roof yesterday to rig out with some cameras. We got a new robot camera up on the roof. Anyway, while we were up there, we gave it a bit of a clean for them, and I think we threw down 47 match balls from the roof.
So you got some match balls for your club side now.
Yeah. So if you want a match ball, they're only $5 each. So officially, North Harbour, I found 4 match balls up there. And back-to-back strikeouts here. Finding a rhythm now is Inwood.
Brings back to right field, number 15, Paige Carr.
Paige Carr will step in. Pick-off attempt. That'd be a horrible way to finish off the game. Canterbury been very good today. Both sides of the ledger. Defensively, they've looked good. Communication has been there. Offensively, they've been very, very good. Coached well. You've got to say this Canterbury side, Bevan, got to be in the short favourites for the podium this year.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely going to be there at the last game of the day on Sunday. They've got the athletes that are there. You can see that they've put in all the hard work prior to getting here. And to be honest with you, Chopper, it's going to be hard to see a team come up and put these guys to the sword, with what they can produce. But who knows? On the day, anything can happen. But Canterbury, Waitaha are definitely going to be there.
We'll find out as we march through days 2, 3 and 4 of the National Fast Pitch Championship. And a walk issued. Life is still in the kettle here. And need I say it, it'll bring up to bat the game continuation runner to the plate. It's a new terminology, I'll just flick it out, but it is Ruby Borland-Fraser. If she hits this one out of the ballpark, we will go to the bottom of the 5th innings.
And it'll be good to see, a bit of life there, even if she can try to drive in a run, it's going to be good for...
Pick off. You did right.
Just a bit of life of the day that they had that you outlined prior, Chopper. It's been a tough day with them. Scoring a run will be a very positive at the end of this hard day.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Inwood says, you're welcome, but I'm sorry, we're out of here. And Canterbury just marched through Southern Pride, too strong today. The Victors here, 9 runs to 0. Your thoughts on the match, Bevan?
Oh, it's Canterbury come out and they did an outstanding job. They got 2 runs right from the get-go. They got helped out a bit there with the wind and also the misfielding that went on that accumulated those other 6 runs. But, they had it under control all the way through, which was great to see.
Bevan, going to come back to you, the Ballpark Broadcasting player of the match. It all started in the second innings. Canterbury straight into action. They scored 2 runs there on the back of Thomas and Ratu's hitting. And then in the bottom of the second innings, that was the big one, the big dagger. 5 runs they scored there. Team effort really as they bat through 9 batters in that innings. 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, then the defensive work in the 5th. And that's all she wrote, 9 runs to 0. Ballpark Broadcasting player of the match?
Yeah, I'd give it to Stephanie Fairclough, to be honest with you, Chopper. She come in, did what she needed to do. She faced, I think it was 6 hitters, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. She did her job. She did, an outstanding job. So that's my player of the game.
My first time really watching Stephanie Fairclough in person properly. And I got to say, very, very impressed. A real presence on the mound, and also a Ballpark Broadcasting player of the match. Thank you so much for tuning in. Coming up next, it'll be the Derby for the Bridge and it's going to be Hutt Valley taking on Auckland, I'd say in about approximately 10 minutes from now. On behalf of Bevan Martini, I've been Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. We'll see you shortly.